Hey Rockstars, I'm JB, expert salesperson and master presenter.
I'm the doctor, psychologist, and behavioral expert.
This is the Entrepreneur Mastery Lab podcast.
We're high-performance coaches that help service-based professionals and entrepreneurs take their skills to the next level.
70% of entrepreneurs fail, which is why every week we have real talk with real entrepreneurs to help ensure you are not one of them.
We're also the inventors of the Be Rich mindset,
where we rise to mastery,
inspire greatness,
celebrate knowledge,
and help others along the way.
So join us in the lab.
And now, on to the show.
What is up, everybody? I'm JB.
I'm the doctor.
Welcome back to the Entrepreneur Mastery Lab podcast. If you have to be listening to us, welcome to the show. If you're a first-time listener or viewer, because you might be checking us out on YouTube, welcome. And we're excited to have you here. If you've been here before and you're back, wow, we love you. You're a rock star and you are awesome. I have no doubt at this point, you've all liked, subscribed, followed, given us some love, shared us with your friends, thrown us at your enemies, whatever it takes so we can increase our impact. We appreciate you. We're grateful for the love. Thank you.
So click all those buttons and push all those levers and dings and dongs and all those things.
Today, we get to drop on you one of our quick hit podcasts. This is fast and furious, hit on a specific topic, but we've got a little teensy curveball for you today, because today just happens to be a very, very special occasion. That is right. It is our 100th episode, 100 weeks running in a row.
That is a lot of JB talking.
Wow. I mean, I look young, but I feel that old. I feel 100.
I feel 100 episodes old, for sure.
You look 100 episodes old.
I feel it. But what a celebration. I mean, it's awesome. What is the average? I think when we started, it was something that we were very focused on. The average number of episodes a podcast generally lasts.
So get this, 12% of podcasts have one episode. 1% of what we've done. 6% last another 2 episodes to a grand total of 3, and half don't make it past 6. Half of all podcasts do make it past 6 episodes. So we're like already in the top 50th percentile just by virtue of being here. Actually, I kind of wonder how many make it to 100 episodes. What do you think? What percentage of podcasts make it 100 episodes, you think?
I'm going to say less than 50% based on your last bit of data.
And this is why he makes the big bucks, folks. He is not wrong. We're in at least the 50th percentile. I think we knew that already, but we're doing pretty good. Yeah, 100 episodes deep and not too far behind. We don't really get to celebrate this nearly as much because it's on paper, but our blog is not too far behind. We didn't start out quite on day one with the blog, but we're probably close to 100 blogs deep now too.
And now I know about our blog, then you're really missing out.
Oh my God, yeah. Actually, our blogs they're not the traditional podcast blog. Believe this or not, I might take some of the topic and part of what we talk about on this podcast, but the blog is generally a little bit different. Actually, the blog is much more in style of this. The blog is much more of a quick hit with tips and tricks and hacks and ways to very easily accomplish something.
We like to give you some knowledge, but not take up a lot of your time. Unless we want to, because then we like to take up a lot of your time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So 100 episodes deep. Any favorites for you, Doc?
I love all my children equally.
Oh, that's sweet. But you must have some favorites.
I do. We've had some really great. So not only have we had some great guests, but we've had some great moments from some of them. Like really getting some heart-strong, like messages, like hearing some of the stories of the struggle. Go back to I think someone that we mentioned before, like Susan Block, when she was sharing her story with us, it was very personal, it was very touching. Hearing from Blake Cohen on some of the struggles that he went through to build up his practice and business. Just off the top of my head, those are some great. We had a really great one last few weeks ago with a very young entrepreneur Abby, who is, also might be one of my favorites because she complimented us quite a few times. Maybe that helps. But like seeing
she
those,
was a good guest.
all different. We've had all different age ranges, all different businesses and experience levels, and just some really, really great stories.
Yeah, and that's the key, right? We've had some great stories. I think back to Daniel Blue telling his story about where he came from, missing the birth of his daughter to running a successful business and living so much of his life with the value of being there for his daughter today and being the dad that he wants to be, along with being a business owner. Abby recently was fantastic. Dr. T, who speaks a lot more than Mr. T, but I really enjoyed hearing about Dr. T and education. Dr. Toby Travis, he was awesome. We've just had some fantastic guests over the last couple of years. Gosh, man, Tyler talking about public speaking was fantastic, and his story about bringing the stage to executives was awesome. It's been a ride, and it's really fun to see some of what we've done on YouTube now and to see it live on in the blog as well as on our podcast. It's just been a heck of a trip. I'm looking forward to the next 100.
And it's funny, like when you bring up things like Dr. T, because then we also had Dr. P, and then we had Dr. C, and we created the Super Friends. And JB felt so bad we left him out. But I'm gonna throw like that.
My go-to joke out of here. It's JB and the doctor, but I have the initials that matter. I swear they're the only ones that matter. PhD, everybody's got one of them. There's not a lot of JBs out there. We're pretty unique.
Definitely unique. No doubt about that.
Yeah, it's super special. I don't need super friends. I'm super special.
No doubt there. But part of it, and I think the idea of looking back at this and the importance of celebration, right? Like we all know 100 sounds great. It's a nice round number, but it's really an arbitrary number when you think about it. But why is it important to look at these things and celebrate them? Is like we said earlier, most didn't make it past 6, and to make it to 100 needs to be celebrated because it's a lot of hard work and dedication that goes to that. And when we celebrate things, it reinforces the hard work that you put in to make it. And that's what kind of creates those habits, those behavior changes. So we need to really understand the importance of celebration and how that affects us in other ways. So you might not have a podcast that reached 100 episodes today like we did, but I bet you have something to celebrate. And I want you to make sure that you're taking that time to celebrate those things because they're super, super important.
Yeah. And some of us really easy to celebrate. Some of us are very good at it. I'm personally not. So for those of you who are more like me, one of the best ways to celebrate is to actually do something like we're doing here. Look back, get some perspective, recall, remember, experience a little bit of that journey. And it's going to really give you a vehicle to be able to celebrate a little bit easier, because there is, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, there is a step or a few steps or a mountain that you have climbed, whether you're recognizing it or not. So it's a great opportunity to look back to be able to celebrate that climb.
The other thing I like to celebrate the fact of, reaching this milestone for us is how many, not only stories do we share and great guests do we have, but how much information we deliver to the people listening. We always wanted to make sure that there is something valuable, whether we're having fun, whether it's a quick hit, whether it's one of our longer episodes that go dive deep. We always want to make sure that you're leaving at least a little piece of value so that you can walk away a little bit better than you were before. And hopefully we've achieved that at least most of the 100 times.
And maybe having some fun too. We kind of like to have fun, and we hope you do too. We feel like that gets lost in business a little bit. So hopefully if you had a chance to listen through even a couple of our podcast episodes, you've had some fun, or maybe you've checked out some of our YouTube stuff and gotten a laugh on some of the behind the scenes stuff. I don't know. But our hope is we've given you a chance to take some value and have some fun.
And of course, we haven't done this alone. As we said, we've had quite a few amazing guests. The majority of our 100 episodes have been with an awesome guest on it. So we want to thank everyone that's ever been on the Entrepreneur Mastery Lab podcast. We appreciate each and every one of you spending the time with us. Hopefully each one of you listening took a little new information from all of them. We want to thank you all for listening. obviously the podcast is just out in empty space if there's not ears that are hearing it. So we appreciate every one of you that have liked and subscribed and clicked all the buttons like we beg of you every episode. So we appreciate all of you that done that. And of course, we can't forget our wonderful team that does all the behind the scenes work, because, you know, we're just the pretty faces up here. We would be useless if we didn't have our team behind us, Annabelle, Antoinette, and RR, that do the hard work to make us look so good every week and sound so wonderful.
Yeah, whether it's the show notes, putting it up online, promoting it all over the place. Our team is fantastic. Our guests are second to none, and we are here purely through the grace that you've all provided us. And so our platform is a chance not for our voices to be heard, but for others to experience yours. And for that, we are truly, truly grateful.
And now we leave you with our 100th episode. The way we always do, give you some good information on how to reach us. And then we're excited for 101. We get right back to work. We do this again for you, and we'll be celebrating. I'm sure we won't wait till 200 to celebrate again. We'll probably celebrate in a few more weeks, just because that's what we like to do.
112, the 2-year mark officially, maybe not.
Is that the right math?
56 plus 56.
Pretty sure there's 52 weeks in the year.
You know,
so math's not our strong point, but that's never what we
not today. To be fair, 100 episodes in, I'm also celebrating the birth of my son a couple weeks ago. So, you know, I have a good excuse. I have very little sleep.
Sounds wonderful.
There could be 56 weeks. We just might not. We might be missing a few.
We'll celebrate both just to be safe.
All right, where could they find us, Doc? Where are we at?
Of course, you can find us on this podcast that you're listening to on YouTube, where we post all the videos. Plus, we post something daily, a quick tip, a lot of fun, some behind-the-scenes stuff. We have an awesome blog that you can find at jbandthedoctor.com, where you can also find out information about us. And, of course, on all our social media at jbandthedoctor. Did I leave anybody out?
Dude, I'm just wondering where I came up with 56 weeks. Like, what is going on in my brain right now? Can anybody help me? Anybody?
Anyone?
I don't think you missed anything, but like I'll probably just start saying stuff that doesn't exist, like weeks 53, 54, 55, and 56. So, you know, don't look in weeks. Won't be there, and we won't be on TikTok, at least not yet.
I wonder if I get paid for those weeks.
Our team's gonna be like, "Hey, you didn't pay us for those weeks last year. You gotta." All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being there for us. If you've been a guest, thanks for being a guest. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm JB, and I am out.
Thank you all. We'll see you on the next episode. Peace out, yo.